Welcome to Clippers Live, postgame presented by Hyundai on FanDuel Sports Network, and welcome back to Boston. Final score 121-118 Celtics. They led by as many as 24. The Clippers covered that deficit to cut it to a one-possession game multiple times. Lauren Rosen here with Jim Jackson at TD Garden. Jim, what a fight there in that second half.
You know, Brian mentioned this, that it's probably the game that we've seen the most consistent fight, win down, when, you know, the odds were stacked against you from the complete group, not just the second unit. The first unit scrapped and clawed away. So came up short, but I think gained and learned a lot about themselves, that you can still be within the game, tired, mentally fatigued, beat up a little bit, but they gave themselves a chance to win. Unfortunately, came up a little bit short.
James Harden, a 40-point triple-double to start this trip. Then tonight finishes with 37 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists. What a trip he has had to begin. And it's just getting started, Jim, with a tight back-to-back tomorrow.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit more difficult going into Philly on the back-to-back, even though that game is a little later at night. Playing these two tough games, travel, even though Boston is close to Philly, that's asking a lot, you know, for James Harden. But some guys just want to hoop, man. You know, in that third quarter, everybody contributed. You know, Clips won that quarter by 9, 36-27, 11 for 19 from the field. More importantly, 11 for 12, Lauren, from the free throw line. And it was just guys just staying with it, you know, chopping wood, one possession at a time, get the stops you need, and then allow your big-time player to knock in a big-time shot, and that was James.
And James Harden will tell anyone who will listen, he is not concerned about his minutes. He is just fine. Thank you very much.
Yeah. But sometimes you got to save a player like that from himself, because we have a long season. But you want your best player to want to play, okay, to want to be able to participate in back-to-back games, in 4 games in 5 nights. You want your best player to want to do that. Now, you as a coach have to judge a little bit more too, okay, if this game is out of hand a little bit, maybe we need to sit him. I think Ty Lue judged that, but because of the grit and grind of the team, they got back in the game and said, you know what? If we have a chance to win this game, we got to get our best player back in the game, and that was James.
And they had multiple chances to win, Jim. Let's look at that fourth quarter now, where the Clippers were able to cut things to a one-possession game multiple times. That last shot from James Harden, with 1.6 seconds left, they had to get it all the way down the floor and back out to beyond the arc where Harden was. I mean, you couldn't ask for better late-game execution. I suppose you could ask for one better shot made, but really, really impressive stuff down the stretch again.
Well, again, it was the defense that allowed the offense to get back in this game, and then you let your best players do their work. Again, the shot came up short at the end, but look, it executed to perfection. The hook, the pass, the shot just came up a little short. But that's when you draw up a play, the question is sometimes not did you hit the shot, did you get the shot you wanted? And the Clippers can honestly say, yes, it just came up a little bit short.
And you see it in the reactions of all the players in that last highlight you just saw. And they were excited to be in a position to win. And Jim, like you said, that's all you can ask for. So when we come back after the break, a little more on tonight's contest. We'll look ahead to what's going on later in this road trip. This team takes the floor again tomorrow in Philly, a team that's perhaps overperformed its early season expectations. We'll tell you everything you need to know right after the break. The Clippers did everything they could to give them a chance late in this one. They're going to have to travel overnight and do it all again tomorrow. A couple more notes on tonight's game. Let's look now at Kobe Sanders. The rookie has had a couple really solid performances. Talking about staying ready so he didn't have to get ready. Tonight, another big showing from the rookie.
Yeah, just 4 for 7 from the field, which I thought was really good. Kind of 2 for 3 from behind the line, 11 points, 4 rebounds, or 6 rebounds. 4 of them offensive. So that just tells you about his activity. I thought the spacing on the court, he allowed himself to be open and in position to be able to make some shots. Look at this great defensive play, not overreacting to the pump fake. And then once again, reading the situation, giving the extra effort, keeping the play alive, and now able to finish inside with another offensive rebound. And just doing all the little things that you ask for a young player to do. Pay attention to the scouting report. Be ready to do your job when you get in, play with energy.
Now, towards the end of the first half, Derrick Jones Jr. went down grabbing his right knee. Yeah. He went back to the locker room. The Clippers medical staff attended to him there. He did not return. We are awaiting further news on DJ's status. And Jim, you hate to see this, especially the day before he goes to see his hometown fans in Philadelphia. Derrick, of course, grew up in Chester, Pennsylvania, expects his whole family in attendance tomorrow in Philly. So, of course, we're hoping for the best. He did come back out on crutches towards the end of the game to watch his teammates down the stretch. So we wait and see, Jim.
Initially, I just hoped that it was maybe a hyperextension, something that felt really uncomfortable because Derrick Jones Jr. brings so much to the table. I mean, not just a high-flying act, but his ability to defend multiple positions, to make some things happen, to be a ball mover on the offensive end. And again, for Jaylen Brown, it was a hustle play. Unfortunately, that hustle play led to an injury, but it happens in the game. We're just hoping for the best for Derrick Jones Jr.
No doubt about that. And Ty Lue is addressing reporters now, so let's take a listen.
Yeah, we won't know until he gets reevaluated, so we're not quite sure right now.
I'm sure you're not surprised, but just how impressed were you by the resolve of the team to keep fighting there at the end?
Yeah, it was good to see. Coming into the game, we just talked about, taking Pritchard's 3-point shots out of the game, and for him to make 8 and get 13 up, we just can't allow that. And so we got them off to a good start offensively, and it was hard for us to battle back. But guys like that, you just can't let them get going because he makes shots all night, and he was able to do that, and that's kind of what hurt our defense a lot.
What were the biggest adjustments you'd say you guys made in the second half?
Started blitzing Pritchard more, trying to get out of his hands, wouldn't let him come off clean. And then, we gave up 47 points on turnovers and offensive rebounds. And so that wasn't great. And then started the third and fourth quarter with 2 in the third quarter and 3 in the fourth quarter to start the quarters. And it's just hard to do, So we just got to make sure we take care of the basketball, paying attention to detail. And like I said, with Pritchard getting out to a great start, it was hard for us to come back.
What did you see from Jordan Walsh defensively?
Yeah, I mean, we saw it the other night, I think, on Maxey, just because Maxey's a tough cover, but I thought he did a great job just competing. And the same thing with James, just, denying him the basketball, picking him up full court, making it tough on him. And he done a great job. He did a great job. And so, you need guys like that on your team, to come out. We got a few of them on our team as well, but I thought he did an outstanding job just of trying to frustrate James, wear him down, make him tired. He did a great job.
And you mentioned trying to take away Pritchard's threes. How much of a different team are they when they're able to get him going?
Really different. Really different. We know Jaylen Brown. We know what he can do. And then you just can't allow Pritchard, like I said, to get going. Him and Derrick White, I think, are huge for their team. They're keys to their team. When they're making shots, they're a totally different team.
It's the beauty and the struggle of this league. The Clippers have another chance to get in the win column tomorrow. Less than 24 hours away, the Clippers visit the 76ers. Coverage begins at 3:30 Pacific. It'll be a 4 o'clock Pacific tip. These two, talk about an early attendee of James Harden University. Tyrese Maxey sees his old mentor, James Harden, tomorrow.
Always be good. I mean, Tyrese Maxey, that's the face of the franchise for Philly right now. I don't care what's happening with BJ Edgecombe playing a close second, but it's going to be tough. But I believe our Clippers team will get their head together, get their minds right, and go out and compete again.
Well, they've been fighting every night, Jim. We will see you guys back tomorrow. For Jim Jackson and everybody in California who made this one possible, I'm Lauren Rosen. Thank you for joining us.